You know what this whole thing reminds me of? It's like when your parents are trying to hide Christmas presents from you and they know that you know, but they don't want to tell you that they know. Well, in this case, Doom and its software Bethesda are the parents and we're the kids. Let me tell you what I mean and why it matters to you today. So Doom has not had a content update since April 2022. That was update 6.66 Rev 2, and even then it wasn't like much of content. The other true content update was in October when we got the Horde mode, which was ripped off of a Doom YouTuber's name, apparently. Just kidding. So we see this thing happen, right? We get little things like the Denuvo removal, the booster removal, and that snuck up on us. But now this Steam DB portal thing has been shown up, and it's been modified yesterday, modified today. What's going on here? Well, it says doommodportal.exe. Now, the first thing that comes to people's minds with this update, or alleged one, is that, wow, maybe we'll get official modding support. Myself and other YouTubers have covered it as well. Midnight made a video on it, and people are excited. Now, is this what this means? What else could it mean? So we see this has been modified today, and I think, wow, it's the 20th anniversary. Some things are not adding up from what I'm seeing on socials, but all the signs point to something good. So this was the first update for some people that have been getting the game that's been having all these sales. If you're on Steam, you've seen all these sales that Doom Eternal has gone under. It's actually on one right now, and people are ready. Now, it's in speculation, which is an important thing to look at. Now, there's a quote from someone that was in the Discord, and I find it interesting, and I'm curious to know what you think too. He said, "It's likely that it won't happen. I read that the status of the changes on SteamDB should be public or activity when it's days or a week before releasing an update. The changes are still listed as IDDQD smoke or merge branch." So it sounds like quality assurance here. Okay, so what looks suspicious here? So we look at the landscape. There has been no anniversary tweet today. Those usually happen at 10 a.m. They've happened the last couple of years. Everything happens and it's always there. Doom 2016 gets anniversary tweets, and it's not even the newest game. I thought, well, maybe, it's getting older. They don't want to do the tweets anymore. Maybe they're, going in a different direction. Well, coincidentally enough, Elder Scrolls got a tweet for its anniversary today. Now you might be saying like, okay, Twitter, X, whatever it's called now, why does that even matter? Well, we know that Bethesda has it scheduled out at 10 a.m. Eastern time every time they tweet, pretty much, which you can go check it out. It's all right there. It's always happened. Why is it not this time? I think it's good news that there's not a tweet yet, because if there was nothing planned for today, or in the future, near future rather, they would just put the happy 4th anniversary with Isabel and with Doomslayer because the Animal Crossing collab thing, and they'd be done with it, just like they've done the past couple years. Well, there's nothing today, so that tells me, hey, we're not going to waste an update on a silly little tweet post, whatever the X thing is called now. We are going to save that for something bigger. It's not ready yet. We're still adding to it in the Steam database, but when we do have it, we'll be ready to announce it, because they want to save it. When they had Horde mode that came out, they did a tweet then. They have that for the hype that people can retweet it and share it and have all the insanity come around. Now, I'm also curious too, because whenever they released the Tag 2 trailer, it was like a day before the Tag 2 release. So they're not against maybe just dropping a trailer and saying, boom, surprise, here you go, have fun. They're not going to have like this week-long build-up to it, and they don't want to, because if they were to release and tell us about, hey guys, big update coming in 3 weeks, where's the hype in that? People are going to die off from it. They're going to hold it sooner. So whenever we see news and see an announcement, we know that something is most likely around the corner. So I want to check other official sources to see maybe if there's like more information that we can find, if anything that maybe that we're missing, right? So I go to the official Doom Discord, and they actually do have a rule to not post about certain future specific things, as from what I've gathered from it. So they haven't posted anything there just yet, but you better believe when they do, I will be tagged there and ready to go. I'm trying to see where else we can go. Now, this whole mod support thing, how far-fetched is it really? Like, is it really truly possible? Well, back before Doom Eternal was released, Marty Stratton talked about, hey, we want to do that. In fact, his actual quote was, we've actually done things technically that are getting us closer to doing mod support, but it won't be immediate. I think longer term. We made technical decisions years ago that we're still moving away from, and they're getting us closer to these kinds of things. So it sounds like that, in true form and spirit to the actual classic Doom games, when John Carmack just opened up the engine and all the gates, that the modern id wants to do the same. Now, with all these extra things in modern gaming, these engines and proprietary things, I'm sure there's a few more hoops to jump through, rather than just bringing the id Tech 1 that's designed from the floor up and just releasing it out there. There's legal things and contracts. I don't know all the nitty-gritty detail, but there's a lot that could happen. I do remember Jason O'Connell was talking about, he's actually the lead level designer at one point for some of the master levels, saying that if we had id Studio, their program access, that so much could be done. I mean, there's already been crazy things that have been done with unofficial not mod support. New level redesigns, whole new campaigns have been constructed out of the existing levels we have. Just so many crazy things, and to have official support would really make Doom Eternal. Now here's the thing too, I've been talking to my friend, you may know him, you may have seen a video, his name is Horde Mode Gaming. He has a lot of insight and cool ideas and thoughts on this. I think I'm wondering if he's going to make a video on it. Like, this guy knows news, right? And I think that we are both suspicious of what's to come. I mean, you look at Twitter, you look at all these pieces of the puzzle that don't really go together, but at the same time, you know they do. It's just about figuring out the right angles and how to place them together. Now, is this canceled? A lot of people are thinking that, oh, you know what? We didn't get it today. Well, that's it. Well, I think maybe another day. I think not at all is a little bit far. Let's talk about that. See, we have all these pieces that have not come together yet. But if they just hang in there, I don't know when. When is the next date that is actual, notable, and good? I don't know. Now, Horde did bring up a good point that updates do come out on Thursdays, and I know there were some on Tuesdays. Wasn't it like Battle Mode Tuesday, Campaign Thursday, something like that? And that's really interesting. We already had the Tag 2 anniversary. The Doom Eternal anniversary is here. Now, this is important, okay? You remember when the Year 1 pass came out. People were like, oh, this is rushed, and all Tag 2, the whole drama that we had. They were contractually obligated to release that in the first year of the game's life cycle, to my knowledge. And they did. With COVID and work from home, there's a lot of things they wanted to do, but they just weren't able to, like the Dark Lord and mech fights and whatever else. So I think this is the case here. They could push it out now, sure, if they were ready. I'm assuming, this is all a speculation assumption here, but they don't want to put out a rushed product that they don't have to. If they're not under some kind of legal obligation to do it, why rush it? Yes, it would be cool to have on the 4th anniversary. Of course it would. Hey, Doom Eternal's 4. It's been like almost 2 years since an update. We're ready to go. That would be great. I would love it. But if they don't have it ready, it's not ready, and I don't want to rush things. You remember when Doom Eternal was going to come out in November, and then they had to announce that it was going to be delayed. At QuakeCon, everything, they were ready. November, this is when it's coming. Get ready. And then it was delayed. Everybody was sad. I made a video on it. It sucked. But you know what? We all knew that. Hey, if this needs to be this way, if there does have to be a delay, I'd rather take a few more months and have a fully polished product and an update that's ready to go than a buggy mess that is just not fun to play at launch. Yes, Doom Eternal does have bugs, but what if they had actually just gone through? They said, hey, we have this arbitrary time we want to release it, and we'll do it around the holidays. They missed Christmas. They missed Black Friday. All of that. They missed it because they held onto that game to have it be a less buggy launch. And that, if that's what it takes for this update here, this mod support, if we get it, then I am okay with waiting a little bit longer. But man, I just want to play it right now. Check out my Mick Gordon analysis video here. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know what you think.